Guys, so welcome back to our fourth class. So today we'll be talking about if you are given a change, and you're being asked to determine if it's a physical change or if it's a chemical change. So this is very, very, very similar to the last topic where we're talking about physical property and chemical property. And so first let's talk about what is a change. So there are always two type of changes. The one that can be described as microscopic. So let's say seasons to where you just can observe with your own eyes. Well, the second part is microscopic changes where we have to observe using a microscope. For example, the change on a molecular level will be described as a macro level microscopic change. So a change will be something that becomes different than before. So let's say a person is growing taller, it's a change. Something having a different color, different shape. A matter is in different state. It used to be in a liquid, now it's in a gas, or now it's in a solid. So these are all changes. So the rule is very simple. So physical change does not involve the change in matter. Whatever this thing was, it's still this thing, but it changed. So let's say a water dam, when it has too much water, we have to let it flow out a little bit. So this water flowing out, so the volume changed inside the dam, but it's still water, so it's a physical change. And and when it's a cold day, we see ice forming on the roof, right? So it used to be just water vapor in the air, and when it becomes too cold, it turns to liquid and then it turns into solid. So these are all physical changes. There's no any chemical reaction happening. Everything was still the same matter it was before. And on the other side, for a chemical change, things are reacting. Something that was not there is there now. So, for example, when we're burning something, right? So, um, let's say wood, we're burning matches, so it's basically uh, mostly made of wood. It's used to be in as carbon, now it turned to after burning carbon to carbon dioxide, so it become gas. That's how it disappeared, right? Or so if we leave food outside for too long and just leave it there for like a week, we'll see, oh, it already turned, right? And if we look closer, there will be all kinds of bacteria growing over there. So all of this was originally um, nutrients inside the food become food for the bacteria to grow. So there are chemical reactions there. The bacteria wasn't there, the life wasn't there, but now it has proliferated, so it's a chemical change. So just basically, we bring these two very basic ideas into answering your question. So the question will always be in the same form. It will be, is this a chemical change or is this a physical change, right? So let's say the first one. So microwave are can be used to heat up water, right? Or heat up food. So the way it works, so is a physical change or is it a chemical change? Well, the answer is a physical change. And why? So the way microwave work is that so the way reason why it's called microwave is because it gives out a wave that's in the microwave range. So it's a very short wave and it's at the same frequency as water molecules. So when it's giving out this microwave, the water molecules in the food will start shaking up very rapidly. And this motion will cause the food to heat up. Simple as that. So the water was still water, now it's just being heated up by this microwave, so it's a physical change. Same question, is it a physical change or is it a chemical change? So we're burning gas for cooking, right? So now there's many electrical ones, but when we're using gas, um, is it physical or is it chemical? So, well, it's physical, right? Because gas, most of them are made of methane, so CH4, when it's burning, so it's reacting with oxygen, and this process forming new products and also gives out heat. That's why this heat can be used to cook food, right? Well, let's talk about if trees are being cut, right, to clear a forest for manufacturing different kind of productions, is it a physical change or is it a chemical change? Well, the tree is still tree, right? So there's nothing really changed. It's just the shape of it changed. It's being cut off. So it's a physical change. And lastly, so what about we see one of the most basic scientific those kind of videos you see, oh yes, it's a chemical chemist and he's doing some kind of reaction and something's color change, right? So it's very common. We see in our life lots of color changes when we mix stuff together. And when just as a rule, when we see color changes, we can almost regard it as a chemical change, right? There's always something has to change for the color to be changed. Um, And so, for example, in real life, there are lots of animals. We can have camouflage, and um, so when this happens, when this kind of have kind of color changes, it's always chemical change. All right. So that's it on this topic. So physical change, chemical change, physical property, chemical properties. Always keep in mind whether something changed. If something changed, it's chemical. If something has not changed, it's physical. See you in the next one.